What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, class swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys are ready to go. We got Albert in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Amy, Anna, Ben. We got Bill in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Dragon, Frank, Joe, Keith, Lauren, Lucian, Marius, Mike, Natalie. Natalie twice. Good morning to both you and your imposter. We got Tim. Good morning to you as well. Good morning to all my people out in YouTube land. We got LQ in the house. Good morning. We got William. Good morning. Leonard. Good morning. All my lurkers in the background of YouTube. Not gonna say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. But battled yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit of a battle of the markets. Nothing really developed. The one thing we did do was avoid a little potential abandoned baby. So we had a good opening gap up. That looked good. We started to run first, and I was like, man, if we hang out here, if we get the close here, we never fill this gap. Then you got a pretty bullish, just random abandoned baby, and that would be a sign to probably break out, push higher. But little choppy day. So we did bounce. We did run first. We kind of dropped down. We did close that gap, so no abandoned baby. And that puts us back into the same spot that we were essentially yesterday. I mean, we're a little bit higher on the open than we opened yesterday, so a little progression. But we still have this, and I was looking for this yesterday. I was trying to buy some puts, and then I was like, let's wait another 60 cents, whatever it was. It never got there for me, so I didn't end up buying any puts. We just started sinking before. But with the bounce back, we do have the other next opportunity. This would still be right in this probably about 644, 66 zone if we get there. That is still a very, very good resistance. And again, that's if you think this market's going to fall apart. We don't know. From a longer picture, we're still making those higher highs. We're still making these higher lows, just some news cycle, tariffs, whatever else might come out. You got Jerome Powell lurking in the backgrounds, just waiting for his moment. So we'll see what ends up happening. But this would be your spot. And I think that you have really good risk reward where if you start to really break out of that spot, you pretty much break out, come back, retest. You have some two more spots, really, two, three more spots of resistance to get through, and then all-time highs. So even if you're kind of just leaving it on there until you break out of that all-time high, this would be your risk, and then I think your reward probably to the downside, back to at least this level, if not coming back into like the 627 zone, something to that effect. But we'll see. For the most part, we are still just in between the candle we dropped down and the candle we tried to get saved on. So we're just in this range for now. We'll see what today does. Today is a retest gap though, so with that resistance, I expect a little bit of chop. I don't know if we have any crazy news coming out. We did have some job numbers come out today that's kind of saying that the job market is starting to tighten up a little bit. So we'll see how that continues to play out. But that was 8:30 this morning, and the market is still holding up higher. So we'll see. Otherwise, for today, watch that 640, 644, 66 as your first resistance to the downside. Let's see if 643.20. Let's see if that holds. Otherwise, full on retest to yesterday's VPOC 642.35. You have until we break that resistance, you actually have a little bit better room to the downside than the higher side, but we'll see how this thing plays out. Qs looking okay for today. A little bit of a inside day candle. This is a retest gap. I don't really know if I want this candle to fully retest, even though it's not too far away. 569.47 will be a full-on retest of yesterday's VPOC. The fact that we're getting above, let's go through these red candles real quick because it's kind of a little interesting. The last biggest volume was here. Prior to that was here, so we're above this. We're above this. Kind of little volume here, but we're above that red candle. The next, we have this slight red candle, not too much volume here, so not too impressed with that resistance, but that's probably going to be our first resistance, which we did hit yesterday. So really the next bigger volume candle on a down day was this one. We are above that VPOC for the day, so I don't really want to have to fight to get back through it again. Market makers already past this 570.17 zone. So if we get a small pullback, look for the close of yesterday. That also kind of matches up with that little bit of resistance support zone. So watch 570.17. If we can stay above it, bulls might have a chance to kind of break on out of here. So we'll see. But Q's looking okay. Still inside day for today. Bitcoin, BTC, USD. We got chilling for now, pulling back, still below the 20 EMA, still below the 50, but we are hanging out above the 100, maybe letting the 200 catch up a little bit more, but more notably, still above that 108, 109 zone. And we're just kind of hanging out after three okay bullish days. All of that little bit of bullish momentum on Bitcoin kind of just came right into that past little breakdown spot. So that was should have been some kind of support. It wasn't, and right now it looks like that is going to be some kind of resistance. So maybe we expect Bitcoin to be a little bit weaker, and I could see a retest into two spots. Uh, One of them we are already hitting for today, so that's going to be for support. Look for somewhere around 110 to 17. Again, we almost hit that one to the penny. If not, we did. And then if we do break that down, I'd be looking for about 109.008 to see if that could hold, and maybe we look for a double bottom. Otherwise, bullish case, if we can get back above, really this 111.567, and then especially outside of the candle that we are putting in currently, but the next stop would take us to about 113, 148 in a bullish direction. We did have a couple earnings come out, so the one that's running crazy, AEO, American Eagle Outfitters. That Sydney Sweeney campaign is fire. Fire for the stock. I think they said they sold like I think it was like 40 billion impressions online, and then the numbers were crazy for the amount of jeans that they sold. So all of the backlash, whether you, I don't even get the whole controversy. I mean, I get it, jeans. So yeah, no, that's cute. I get it. It's stupid, but I get it. Otherwise, earnings per share they beat by 119%, almost 120%. They came in with an extra 48 million higher than expected. They also got the Travis Kelce to wear some of the jeans too. Somehow I missed he was getting married to Taylor Swift. Like they got engaged. So now that ropes in some Tay Tay into that too. But AEO making some moves for today. I think they have a decent. I think they have a decent short float on them. Somebody check that one real quick. But you are if you get a pullback, look for probably about 1696 to hold, and then otherwise 1735 would be kind of your next resistance. If you could break through that 1761, anything past that, you have a lot of room to start working. Where the next spot would probably be longer term, this gap fill up to $19.61. So we'll see. I think it'll be a fun one to watch. I don't know how I want to actually trade this one. I think buying the dips today, if we can get a dip, would be good. Otherwise, if we open and just fly, I don't think I'm too interested in just chasing it. I don't care how good the jeans are. You got Hood. Hood is chilling still. Right on top of that 50 EMA. Again, Bitcoin. I think we need Bitcoin to kind of waken up a little bit to go bullish. Notably, though, we are still holding on to this $100.29 range. So let's stay above that. Not loving the open for today because we are now below $100.63. We are below $100.72. So for a bullish case, got to get above $170, $100.72. That would be my bullish case. Not a great open. We do have a little support. I'd probably expect a little chop leaning to the downside. Very slight lean. If we start breaking down this, let's just call it $100. If we break $100, there's nothing really stopping us to about 98.17, and then bigger pullback would take us into $94.10. So slight bear lean unless you get above $100.72. And today kind of looks a little to the choppy side. We got Nvidia. Nvidia is not bad. That's going higher. Here's the downfall for trading Nvidia today. This is my stay away case. Not bullish, not bearish, just stay away from trading Nvidia. The case would be your yesterday's candle was just inside of a high wave candle. Yesterday's candle was a high wave candle. So you might be a little range bound. You even put in almost tweezer tops, not quite tweezer bottoms, but tweezer tops. So that would be like I don't know how far Nvidia wants to go today if we break out, if we just stay in this range. If we stay in this range, from open from here, you have decent move, maybe a couple dollars, $3 to the higher side. So there's a little bit in there. My case to trade this and why I just moved it higher to the list. You got your VPOC from 2 days ago right here. You have one more right here. So now you got two VPOCs in a row. That is telling us that the volume or volume per price sentiment starting to flip a little bit bullish. We're not quite there yet. What I like more is if we can get out of the range, I got my first target on this one would take me into about 173.24. So that's going to give us that $3 move. If we could break through those tweezers. And then the next spot after that is 174.08. So we have some room to the higher side. Yesterday we did just hit that VPOC perfectly. We bounced off of it. That looks good. We are also from right now, we got about 16 minutes till the bell rings, but we are also above yesterday's VPOC as well. We might have some decent risk reward on this one. If I can get a high wave candle, something that looks good, but I want this stock to stay above 170.61 if I want to continue to look bullish on this. Anything below it, I'd let it. I don't know if I would go short, but next target down it would be 169.15, and then unfortunately we've already been there. So if we get down there, maybe it's a little easier to break down. But I kind of like it bullish today. I think that could be a sneaky little move for Nvidia PLTR. Um, Still chopping. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days in a row. Two full trading weeks. A little bit over that because we had a day off on Monday, and we've just been hanging out. Not a fantastic open, I don't think, for the bull case for Palantir for today. You got a ton of resistance somewhere around 156.89, and we are opening well below that. We closed below that yesterday as well. For Palantir, again, I don't. It looks weak. It doesn't look great. We're still chopping. I'm not sure if today's the day we get a breakdown or something crazy happens on Palantir, but last line in the sand on this one is 153.27. Again, we got down there. Bulls did come in and save it. They don't want to let this thing drop, but that's not looking too great of an open for Palantir, especially when the rest of the market is kind of popping. So at open, that's I don't know what's going to happen at 153.38 ish. Therefore, I probably won't take this one short. If we get some kind of a bounce and we could get into this 156.68 zone, that might be worth an opportunity for a short on Palantir. So we'll move that one a little bit higher. We got Amazon. Yep, Amazon was moving today as well. I thought they had a upgrade. U.S. antitrust authorities are challenging Amazon.com over alleged monopolistic. Well, they love this. They love playing Monopoly. First, we had the Google one yesterday. Then you got Amazon. I think you also have Meta was kind of popping today as well. Um, so both of those look pretty interesting for today. Good gap up, retest gap for from two green days in a row yesterday. Interestingly enough, I don't think we get this gap fill today. Maybe at some point. I don't think it's today. We have too good of support that we are now gapping above, which would take us into last line of the sand on this one. If we start breaking 228.04, I rescind my statement and we probably get that gap fill. I don't think that would be the most bullish thing I've ever seen though, for the bull case, and the bulls are really trying on this one today. So stay above that. Otherwise, I could even see pretty good strong support around 228.92. You also had good resistance somewhere around 230.68. Problem I would have on this one is looking at that resistance. Your next resistance is 231.43 and 231.83. So I would like to see a little pullback. I'm not sure how far this thing I'd want to pull back. That is a really good gap though. If you could end up breaking through 231.70, I think you have a really good trade on your hands at that point. That would take you up to 234.47 would be your next kind of big spot on that one. But it is up a lot already for today. You do have some resistance. Give me some chop. Maybe give me some chop at open, drop at open. Get me some better risk reward. But Amazon does look pretty good today as well. HPE. Hmm, was that earnings? They came in with a 5.5% beat on earnings. They came in with 295 million higher than expected. And we are at very is this can't be all-time highs for HPE. Somehow it is very close to all-time highs on HPE. You had to wait 35 decades to get here. They've been around forever, and the highest we could get to is $24. Incredible. Yeah, really good gap on this one. I anything above, let's call it 24.10, I think this thing could take off. You're gonna have a psychological level somewhere around 24.16 and then 24.28. Those two spots, otherwise we're taking out every volume candle ever at that point, which would be pretty bullish. We've closed the gap, we've exceeded way well past the gap. If we pull back, watch this 23.91, see if that could hold as a little bit of support. But that's a really big gap for HPE. Massive. There's been buying into this thing. Watch that all-time high resistance if you're going to try to chase this thing. We got to get past 24.10. Otherwise, I think it's either a chop or a fade on HPE for today. I mean, if you've been in this thing for the last 40 years, you've been profitable. Tim says AEO short float 18.1%. Yeah, that one could keep going, I think. Gap shares halted. News pending. The Gap, did he get another Kanye deal? What's going on with the Gap? Uh, they like, yeah, we got good genes too. Uh-huh. We'll see. I don't know what that news is, but you guys are saying Gap is pending. We'll throw this one higher on the list. Gap also has a good short flow too. I don't know if it's 18 point whatever, 18.1%, but I know they're relatively high. We'll see what that one delivers some news. AMD. AMD, I believe, got a downgrade today. That one looks rough. It looks rough for the Bulls. Let me see. Was there a downgrade on this one? Yeah, cut to neutral by Seaport Global. I don't really know who they are. I don't know if that's going to be a heavy hitting report. And the stock did drop pretty quickly pre-market on that news. Um, I wouldn't be bullish on AMD from a day trade perspective. Unless you start clearing and getting above 160.32, then better spot for retest is 161.40. We're still living inside this candle from 2 days ago. Just depends on where this one wants to open. Where it is now, I think that looks kind of short. Some type of support around 159.50, 158.96. The next one down, 157.94. The next one down, all of those three have all been inside of that candle as well. So if we could break that candle down, you have 155.09. Kind of weak. Wouldn't mind seeing a high wave candle and then maybe playing to the downside. The rest of the market's up. It's kind of tough to go short, but doesn't look too strong. Gap short float is 8.8. So depending on that what that news is, we'll see. All right, we got Mustafa. What's up, Sabine in the house? We got Mustafa from Tokyo 3350. Meta Planet, you love this one. You've definitely brought this one up before. I have no idea what any of these are, by the way, just FYI. So take all. I'm solely reading the chart, have no clue what any of these things actually are. Meta Planet, sound like I'm reminded of Planet Fitness. We'll go with that. But we are below the 200. That is not a. I know this candle is live right now. This is not a great open. We'll see if it can hold. Otherwise, next target to the downside. I think this gap fills. You got 694 probably on the horizon, and and then a really good support down to like 611 if you can catch that. But my guess is looks like traders are looking to fill that gap on that one. We got AMD. Yep, we did that one already. Are we out? That's it. 8 minutes. We're flying this week. We're flying, or the market is. You guys are my indication of if this market is going to actually move or do something crazy. Today seems quiet. We got Tesla. That's sneaky bullish. Sneaky bullish into a resistance. You got 330, 832. It had a wild day yesterday. I don't even want to admit this, but I did get a 1.2 on Tesla yesterday. I missed out on like another 1.8 plus, so it's the saddest 1.2 I've ever gotten. But we did catch it very low. That was actually the exact trade. We were out by 334.27, and then this thing just rose up another like I don't know $10, $9 from where we got out. But nonetheless, and some of you guys crushed it more than I did. Otherwise, yeah, pretty impressive day that I put in. It did just kind of run up into some resistance. It does look sneaky bullish for today too. You have a lot of room to the higher side as well. We will have to climb through this 338.18, but if we get this pullback closer to 336.34, I might try to capture that next 1.8 on it. We'll see what happens. See if I can get that second opportunity on that one. Ronald says Tesla already. Yeah, I forgot you got YouTube delay. Yeah, we're on Tesla already. We're already there. All right, let's see. Coinbase. I'll run through the list, and unless you guys got other tickers coming in, but Coinbase is at a final support. It's like the final boss. Uh, Interesting buy spot on Coinbase. It is a retrace gap. You don't really have much in the way up until where we closed yesterday is also a good support resistance, so 302.35. Maybe get a small move on that one if you can start breaking through. You got 303.80. I think your bigger move is to the downside on this one if it actually breaks. But we'd have to break down through 300. Anything past 300, you still have a lot of room. We've just been battling in the zone for a while. Kind of looks in a longer term picture a little bit of a bear flag. We're just cruising on that 100. So very interesting spot to continue to watch. If we could break northbound out of this consolidation, which would be something like here and here. This is the flagpole. So that's usually relatively bearish. You do have your 200 creeping up a little bit. The longer we can hang out here, though, and not actually break down, a little bit more likely we actually break out of there in a bullish direction. But we will see. See which way. T is that T row? The financial institution. We got T Rowe Price Group. That was an interesting gap. No earnings today. September 4th, T Rowe Price Group announced a $1 billion investment from Goldman Sachs for a 3.5 stake, boosting shares by 7.7% pre-market trading. All right. 1 billion, that's a lot. I mean, to be fair and put it in perspective, Sydney Sweeney sold more than $1 billion worth of jeans. Is T Rowe even trying? Uh, in a longer term picture, we are now starting to take out a lot of volume on a weekly basis. We have taken out a lot of volume. I do like longer term. I've been looking at this company to add to the long term. I haven't done so yet, but I like the fundamentals of it. They will be greatly affected by stock market price because they have a lot of retirement accounts. Um, But other than that, I think it's a solid company. I kind of like them in the long term. I think if I get this pullback, especially close to like 109.67, I might be interested in picking up a couple shares. I loved it when it was closer to like the 80. $85 range, $88 range. But for today, not bad. There's been a lot of buying into this one. Again, you're kind of if you're a bear on T row, I'll be nervous. I'd be pretty scared. For today, though, this is a resistance. I think the Bears, unless we can start clearing like 115, that would give us more room to the upside. Otherwise, this is a zone I think Bears probably want to defend. Maybe some of those Bulls take profit into this resistance. I think it's a fade for today, but the more fades, I think the Bulls, me being one of them, might want to step in. Daniel says TTD. Let me get those previous lines off. Mm, we're still holding above somehow. Not sure, but we are staying above 53.57. I do not want to see close below that. That will be a challenge for us to get higher. Inside day from yesterday. Yesterday was an inside day of Tuesday. If we get a pullback on this one, I think look at that where that volume closed. The VPOC is right at the longer term volume. If you're going for a swing trade, you can do two A's. One, try to catch the breakout momentum. That's a good high wave at a very, very key support. So on a swing trade basis, get above 54.31 for your entry. You did make a new higher high. We did make a new higher low. Still looks good. It's just hanging in there. Or if you want to be a sneaky trader, you're looking for a 53.60, probably your stop. I would then throw somewhere around 52, but it looks pretty good. Hanging in there. Not much today as it's an inside day, but if we get that pullback, give me one more pullback and for today, and then I think we could be setting up on this one. Otherwise, obviously, we start breaking out. We are above yesterday's VPOC. I don't really have anything really stopping me on this one from a push to about 54.71. That would be my bullish target for today. If we could see, I'd even go high wave candle on this one. Let's put this one a little bit higher as well. App, yeah, give me like a high wave, good hammer. Pull back a little would be even better. App Lovin looks like it wants to continue to take off. Again, we are approaching all-time highs on this one. This is a crazy level that we're opening at. Absolutely crazy. Any pullback on this one? Let's see if 493.99 wants to hold. So 494 essentially. Um, Almost about to get a full-on retest 493.27, but that looks like it's ready to launch. We will see. That is the morning bell. So we're about to find out which of our predictions come true. Everybody in YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe.